Hello homeschool friends, how are you today? Today is the day we're gonna talk about your Monday morning planning meeting. So my school day is over. That's why I'm upstairs in my room. I am sitting on the floor in front of the window. So the kids have the run of the house down there. But I just thought before I show you what the Monday morning planning meeting looks like, I will first tell you about the Monday morning planning meeting. And let's get into it. Okay, so this makes my life run so much smoother. There's a little bit of prep work to Monday morning meetings though. So number one, you need to have a plan. So Monday morning is not when you do your planning necessarily, but you're conveying the plan to the kids so they know what the plan is. So you're gonna wanna take some time, maybe over the weekend or a quiet moment towards the end of the week before, maybe like a Thursday, Friday night, something like that, or like some early, maybe Sunday, early in the morning or Saturday or something. And you're gonna make your plan however you like to do that. I will link down the description box my most recent planning video so you can see how I do my plans for my 3 kids. I like it to be detailed enough that I use it for record keeping, right? So this is all I do for record keeping and planning in like one go. I only plan 1 week at a time because life is just too unpredictable for me to do more than that. And I leave my planning open-ended enough that I can, as the week goes, like I don't put in specific lesson numbers, like if I'm working in a resource that has lesson numbers beforehand, because sometimes it takes us more than 1 day to master a lesson or to get through a lesson depending on what the resource is. So I'll just put the resource, like L for lesson, and I'll leave it blank so that I can just fill that in as I go. Okay, so that's how I do it. And now, what does our Monday morning planning meeting look like? I show up, I've got my planner, I got my plans ready. So the kids, you gotta herd those cats into the schoolroom. And my 2 oldest boys are 12 and 7, and they have their own planners. I do start them with their own little planner in the 1st grade. And for kids younger than that, maybe kindergarten, so I have a kindergartner this year also. Right now he's not doing anything planning wise, but I do plan at some point when I feel like he's ready to introduce the to-do list, like the checklist, so he can start getting in the habit of checking things off. I think I had a video where I talked about the levels of like what I have the kids do at approximately like what ages and what I have them do, because I'm trying to train them. The goal is for them to eventually do all their planning themselves and their record keeping themselves. So that's my goal. I'm not there yet. My oldest is going into 7th grade, but that's the goal, to be there like in high school where they are, we kind of discuss what are the goals for the year, what do you want to get through, and then they can make their own plans. Okay, so it's Monday, you have your plans, you have the kids in the schoolroom, everyone's supervised, the kids have their planners. What I like to do is to use my chalkboard, maybe a whiteboard, maybe a chalkboard, I don't know, whatever, however you're going to get the information from you out of your book to your kids into their planners that they're responsible for. I like to write things up on the board, and I like to give each kid, I kind of give a shorthand for stuff, William does copy work and a grammar exercise every day, so it's CW plus G. Right? I don't want to have them write out copy, work, and grammar, it makes your meeting take a long time. So have like some abbreviated forms that they know what they mean. So when you write it up there, they know what it means when they put it into their planner. So while I'm working on this stuff, right? What are younger kids doing? Like, what is Bo doing? He's 5. He's been in there with us all along, like while we've been doing homeschool and stuff. So what is he doing when we're doing the planning meeting? Well, right now, during this part of the meeting, he is drawing. He's in a thing right now where he just comes straight to the schoolroom every day, and he has his little, it's actually a vase that I got from the Dollar Tree. It's really cute. All the kids have their own little vase, but it's all full of their pencils, colored pencils, highlighters, like whatever can fit in there. And he just draws, and that keeps him pretty content. So there's that. He's drawing. But I want him at the table. Last year when he was like preschool, he wasn't as into drawing. So I had coloring books. I wanted him doing something on paper, like so kind of so that I'm training him into when we all come together and we're all working in our planners or in our book, you know. So I'd give him like coloring books, or there were these, we still have them. It's like a Star Wars book, but it's airplanes, and like you can cut them out and fold things up and make them into, I don't know, whatever their like TIE fighter is or whatever. But he would sometimes play with that or look at that too, or just look at books, like, right? So he needs something to do. Don't just like, don't forget about the little ones, right? Anyway, so give him something to do. So then once I get all my priorities, and I have all my abbreviations up on the board, each kid has a column, and then I put them in kind of priority for them, like what order I want them to do things in, because some things I am doing then together as a family subject, like Bible and history. Just kind of bookend. We do Bible at the beginning, and if we get to history on a history day, it's at the end of the day. And so, and then they've got their individual subjects, but like math right now, I'm doing with them. I'm leading math for both of them for Right Start Math at the levels that they're in. And so I can't have them doing math at the same time because there's only one of me, right? So I start with, we do Bible, then I do math with Everett. And while we do math with Everett, William will be doing free read time. And so I have, I'll show this on our next library tour video I do. I'll show the free read section for Will. But he just grabs something off his free read and reads that. And he can pick, he can pick any of really the books in the library is fine, or in the homeschool library stuff. Yeah, so I put things in order. If you know that, if you know you're kind of juggling and they've got to share you, maybe give them the order so that they're not competing for you at the same time. You know what I mean? Anyway, so then once that's on the board, then the two older boys are putting it into their planner. And I'm going to insert some like footage for you at the end of this video so you can see all these steps, okay? And then while they're doing that, I grab Bo and I do his little Bible devotional time with him. And that usually is like right about the right time. So that's only, I think it's probably like 5 or 10 minutes with him. And by that time, the bigger boys have all their stuff in their planners. And we are planned, we are ready to go for the week. They just have to check off their boxes and stuff. I will say, I do take off, like, Monday morning we do that planning meeting. So we always start every day with Bible. So the next subject would be Bible. I do take off like 10 minutes just because we spent a little extra time on our planning meeting. And I just use, just total sidebar, but I use a timer for our Bible times. I usually set it for 30 minutes. We just get as far as we get in our resource. So like I'll set it for 20 minutes just to kind of, you know, you don't want the day, you don't want to just keep adding and make your days like super long. I feel like if you add on something, you need to like take away a little something else, because I don't want to be working until dinner, you know what I mean? Okay, so let's see, you got a plan, the kids got their planners, you have a way that you convey the plan to the kids. I like the chalkboard, abbreviated and in the order that I want them to do their subjects, and give the littles something to do. I also always have a basket. It's actually a big picnic basket, but it works perfect for, like, it's full of Legos right now and like cars and like some other random toys that Bo's been playing with a lot lately. And so it's always okay for him to get into that if he's not working with me on his subjects, right? Because he has a lot of play breaks because he's in kindergarten. So he doesn't do as much school. So there's a lot of playing in there or drawing in there. There's a bag of puzzles in there that he can always get into. So we have things that are okay for him to get into. And whenever there's like, I'm working with the older boys. Okay, I think I covered it. I will now show you what we just talked about. Here we go. Good morning. Okay, the day is officially starting. I think everyone's dressed. I'm dressed. All right, I'm coming downstairs. The kids are already down here. We'll see what they're up to. Oh, Bo, you're not dressed. Go up to your room and get dressed, please. We're in the kitchen here. What are you guys up to?
Oh, just drawing those funny things.
It's drawing funny things. Okay.
I will show you.
Oh, good.
Look.
I see you got out the milk yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Look
All right, we're going to round up these cats and get in the school.